Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we've got a beginner guide for the Death Knight. I'm going to be showing you the runes we're going to be using, the weapon, the skills, our current skill tree, as well as gameplay of the actual build for Curse 7. So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. For the runes, it's down to very simple things. We are running Weapon Expert, Skill Inclination Swing, Multicast Mastery, Critical Mastery, Sure-Footed, and Versatile Strength. All of the runes are pretty easy to get. Yes, you do have to unlock a couple of requirements beforehand, but once you've got them all, they work perfectly well all together. For our weapon choice, we're actually using the Death Knight's very first weapon. This brings us to the 6 skills that we will be using are going to be Obliterate, Ray of Doom, Festering Strike, Blade Storm, Heroic Strike, and then Bloodlust when we can find it. Until we find Bloodlust, we will, we're going to be using Subdue as well, but until we can find Bloodlust, we will be using Ray of Doom. So those are the 6 skills. Let's just go over them again. We're going to be using Obliterate, Festering Strike, Blade Storm, Heroic Strike, and Subdue with Bloodlust or Ray of Doom, depending on whether or not we can actually find Bloodlust. Alright, so here is a quick overview of the skill tree that we have. As you can see, we don't even have 170 on any of the characters yet. We have a lot of things that we could get working on other characters. But just so you can see some weird stuff that we have, we've got additional area of effect for all characters from our Elementalist. We've got a bit of block for all characters from our Barbarian. We've got, I'm just showing you like all the ones that we have for extra characters over here. We've got plus 10 armor from the Spellblade. We've got XP gained from the Arcane Weaver, and just things like that that will help us just that tiny bit. But as you can see, the actual Death Knight himself is 0 because we have no prestige on him. So here we are, we're starting off. The Caves of Delzog is my favorite area to go to, and there's a reason for that, and I'm about to show you that. The main reason we go for Cave of Delzog is because it is the most open area in the entire game. Now, every single map has trees or bushes or something that's going to stop you if you're trying to dash away. And as you can see, the caves have these stalagmites or stalactites from the ground. And what's going to happen is if you do smack them, they disappear for good. So as you can see, we have a whack ton of room to run around to, dodge the boss's attacks and enemies and everything like that. So we don't have to worry about dashing or running into something and it stopping our movement when we're trying to survive. So very, very good map, especially for learning how to play the game or to dodge or just to have fun, if you don't really want to worry about collisions and things like that. Very, very cool little thing going on over there. So we're going to grab the crit first. Oh, that was really bad for having a swing inclination to have 0 swing skill show up for us. So we do have to use a reroll. Unfortunately, we did land up getting Festering Strike, which is perfectly fine. It is actually very, very strong. And because our graphics are that little bit lower than usual, because we are running on a Curse 7 map and we want to see all the visuals of the enemy's attacks, we can't really see the visuals for Festering Strike as much as we'd like to. But if we did, you'd see that you can see that orange has a little bit of a lighter hue to it in the slight corners of it. So it actually deals a lot more of a ranged attack than what you can see. Alright, so we're not really going to level up Ray of Doom until we, have to. But we've already found Bloodlust over here, which means that we are going to be able to remove our Ray of Doom. And there is Heroic Strike and Blade Storm. So fantastic, we got our skills. We can now skip active skills, and we are in a fantastic spot. So by level 11 we have our entire arsenal of skills, and that is thanks to swing or skill inclination swing. Obviously, if you wanted other swing skills in the build, you could add swing mastery if you wanted like scent of blood or something like that, but those aren't necessarily beginner builds or that easy to accomplish. It depends on what you have unlocked and what's happening with your characters, but most of the time it's a lot easier to just stick to what you have unlocked on the character to try and push yourself as a character in the game, or to just try and use something that's innate to that character to see like, okay, well, he actually excels in this kind of thing. But otherwise, if you wanted to do silly things, you could do that as well, like blast mastery on any character except for the Houndmaster, because they've already got the tag, would be spectacular, because Houndmaster, a bit of trivia here, is the only character in the entire game to have blast as a skill typing. There is no other character in the game that has that as a typing. Alright, so we are going to look for some movement speed over here. Although we do have Bloodlust, which is going to help us with movement speed, it won't be enough to completely save us. We're just trying to run away from the Gamut's fire trail that's on the floor over there. We don't really want to take unnecessary damage, and we do need that little bit more movement speed by the time we get a little bit further, so that we can dodge all of these attacks a lot easier. And over there we just managed to dodge the chaos bombs, which is fantastic. Get ourselves exposed weakness, get ourselves some more crit, and then we can go for some multicast on subdue over here. Now subdue, there's two options here. We could go subdue, or we could go for something. If you have a little bit of prestige already on the death knight, you can go for shadow grasp. Subdue's only good if you land up getting the brutal swing, which we might not get over here, so it might actually be a bit of a, okay, that was bad to get. You could land up getting it really early. It has happened to me at times where like the first upgrade I get lands up being that upgrade. So it just depends on how lucky you are and how unlucky you are. But if you are very lucky, then that's fantastic. Use brutal strike, and that's going to make subdue do a lot more damage. However, even though it does do a lot of damage, you will see that Festering Strike as well as Blade Storm are going to be your two main skills to look at over here, because they are going to be doing most of the damage for the entirety of the run. So we at least do get quite a lot of area of effect on the Blade Storm, so we don't really have to worry too much about being next to the bosses or anything like that. With enough area of effect, Blade Storm can keep you at a relatively safe distance. Another thing is that with this build, it is to you are at the point where you don't have to worry about aiming at the enemies or at the bosses, because you do have all of the AoE as well as all that swing and things like that. So over here we're going to go for the area of effect. We are struggling a bit because of a lot of the area of effects on here, and we don't have enough movement speed just yet. And we've just been unlucky. It can happen at times. It just means you are going to get hurt that little bit more than you otherwise would have. So if you do see the movement speed like now, we are going to grab it. Grab a couple of them. Cast frequency on Bloodlust as well as duration will make a huge difference as well. So those are things to focus on. We don't have a dash, so we are at a bit of a more disadvantage than other characters. However, with the great, the pushback resistance that we have, and the amount of AoE and just the swing skills themselves are going to push us further into this than we would on like another character. So fantastic work coming in over there. We do need a bit, I guess we can just go for the expansive, but I think we add a good amount of AoE right now on all of our skills, so we could get rid of the expansives as an option. We can banish them if we wanted, but we don't really have to. But now we need to move these bosses away from the wall, so we're going to just run up here for a second. It should make them move just that little bit, and there we go, they did indeed move just that little bit out of this corner, so it does allow us room to now run around them without worrying about necessarily dying. Another thing is, if you do get the ice incarnation, you do want to try and not stand in his ice move like I did, because that is going to slow down your movement speed, and movement speed on the Death Knight is extremely important. So we are going to banish expansive now, we don't need it anymore, and we are going to try and survive here without getting hit by slows. But as you can see, we still do get hit by slows. Again, not something you want, because as you can see, it is going to cause you a lot of grief, and we are probably not going to do very well over here, and that's probably more likely because of being slowed and also not having the movement speed we would want for this build. But there's a laugh, so thank goodness we got a little bit of healing over there. Try and stay away from the ass. Fantastic, and we just need to kill this ass dude now, so we don't have to worry about moving too much in circles. He should die. There we go, and now we don't have any more slows on the floor from any of them. It just needs to be removed right now, and we should be all Gucci. Alright, movement speed, there we go, fantastic. We're going to grab one magnetic, it will come in handy, and then a little bit of that. We've got the fire incarnation over there as well, who causes a bit of fire on the floor for us. Also something you want to try and avoid, because we don't have dashes, that the puddles are very, very dangerous for the Death Knight, and we are now in a spot where if we take any damage, we are going to get hurt real bad, and we don't really want that to occur. As you can see, again, making sure that we dodge those puddles. Got to try and kill the ones creating the puddles as quickly as possible, because again, they stay up until they die. However, as you can see, those pillars on the corners can be very, very dangerous. Try and make sure you don't run into them like I did, and that should keep you a little bit safer. But there we go, we've only got one set of bosses left. However, we have like 0 life left. Is it better to get the crit, or is it better to get the multicast? I think the multicast will be very important over here. We've got enough range over there. Get some life, get ourselves some more movement speed with the crit as well. Movement speed is going to be very vital over here for the final fight, and I think we need to just try and stay as healthy as possible. We did pick up a little bit of life as well as just get hit there, so that was a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Most important thing on the character will be that movement speed, because without it we are going to be in deep trouble. It just depends on who these final bosses are. We got the Eternal Guardian, that's a good one. We got the Prophetess, it's not bad. And we've got Gameth and oh gosh, okay, so this is actually not so good. It just depends on how it goes, we'll see. Alright, these aren't that bad. A lot of lasers to have to try and dodge, but as you can see, because of the way that they work, we do have the opportunity to stand for just a split second around them, being able to hit them with as much damage as possible, because we don't have to worry too much. And we are in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We have like 0 life right now, and we don't have any dashes. We are 9 HP, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to be able to kill this with that HP amount, or are we going to die? This is going to be an extremely close one. Just stay away from all of these negative effects. Alright, there's only one more boss left. Who was it? Incarnation. Okay. Oh, we got some laugh. What a clutch laugh moment. Alright, we did it, and it was under 12 minutes. It was a 9-minute run, which isn't the best, but we managed to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it, with a bit of running around and hoping that you don't get touched. You are able to do it. You can see there, Festering Strike actually dealing the most amount of damage, and wham bam, all the way up to level 44 prestige from 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, Keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.